Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. I didn't do any predictions last week. There was not a whole lot of racing on. British touring cars and NASCAR. I did make some predictions. They did not come true. I thought Ash Sutton would win 2 races at Knock Hill and Adam Morgan would win the 3rd, as well as Bubba Wallace winning the NASCAR. None of that happened. So back to it for this weekend's racing. We have a lot more on offer once again. With IndyCar and Indy NXT from the Gateway Motorsports Park in Illinois, NASCAR from Michigan, DTM from the Nürburgring, Supercars from Tasmania, Brazilian Stock Car Pro from a brand new racetrack, the Belo Horizonte Street Circuit, TCR UK from Silverstone, and World Rallycross from the Circuit Jules Taconnay-Matet in Belgium. So make sure you leave all of your predictions in the comments below, and let's take a look at all the motorsport from the forthcoming weekend. And I'll spoil all of it for you by telling you the winners ahead of time. Interestingly, Alex Palou has come out and said that the heavily oval-loaded end to the IndyCar calendar means he's at a disadvantage. This is clearly mind games in some form, but it does have some truth to it. Alex Palou does not win oval races all that often. In fact, all 11 of his wins in IndyCar have come at not ovals. And by that I mean Alex Palou has never won an oval race. He may lead the championship with a healthy 49-point lead, but that gap is almost certain to come down. Whilst Alex Palou is a great driver and he will score well, be consistent and is still the favourite to win the championship, he won't win at Gateway. That gives his biggest rivals a chance, and Will Power and Scott Dixon have won plenty of oval races in their long careers, but the win at Gateway will go to Joseph Newgarden. It's a boring choice because he is incredible on the ovals and has taken 4 wins at Gateway. In fact, the only drivers in the field to win at Gateway are Newgarden, Power and Dixon. Other than that, this will be a pretty typical IndyCar race. Most of the title contenders will score well, and it won't shake up the title race all that much. It's probably going to be pretty meh. Indy NXT will be where the action is at. Only a few rounds left, and Lewis Foster has pulled a decent lead in the championship, won on an oval last time out, and even better, his title rivals Jacob Abel and Caio Collet had a really bad race. So Louis Foster only needs to be conservative and finish the race as high up as possible. And that's what will cost him. He'll get taken out by someone like Miles Rowe, whose first season has completely collapsed. They'll tangle in a fight for 5th and exit the race. Jacob Abel will win and get his title challenge back on track, with Caio Collet in 3rd. Only 12 cars will make it to the end of the race on the lead lap. I'm predicting absolute carnage for this Indy NXT race. Our final stop off in America is with NASCAR in Michigan, and after things got a little heated last time out, in events you would only ever see in NASCAR, which is both a positive and a negative I guess, let's say NASCAR will fix things and let Austin Dillon win one fairly this time, just to get him in the playoffs. There is a lot of touring cars and stock car racing this coming weekend, and let's go through all of those series next. Starting with DTM at the Nürburgring, no one has really had a full round solid year. Mirko Bortolotti leads the championship, but he's had a few hiccups here and there. Rene Rast and Mara Engel have been very impressive in 2024, but again, not perfect. So, who's going to win at the Nürburgring? I think Ricardo Feller is due a win. He's a good driver having a mediocre year, and maybe he can push himself up to the top 4 with a couple of good results. Same goes for reigning champion Thomas Preining. He will win race 2. Mirko Bortolotti will still lead the championship at close of business on Sunday, but the title picture will be even muddier with only a few rounds left. I seemingly gave up on V8 Supercars a bit too early. I felt it was going to be a straight fight between Will Brown and Brock Feeney, and it was going to be a tough year to stomach for fans of anyone else. Well, neither have won since Brock Feeney did the double at Darwin. Will Brown hasn't taken a win for 9 races. Will Brown is still leading the championship and has only finished off the podium twice all year. So I think he will take a win and re-establish his dominance, and someone like Tom Randall will win in race 2. Whilst Will Brown will still have a strong championship lead, it's all going to fall apart for Brock Feeney, and he might find himself in a situation where he has to give way for his teammates. I think he'll have some kind of mishap in one of the races that really damages his title hopes. Brazilian Stock Car is having its first ever race at the Belo Horizonte Street Circuit, and so anything can happen. How do you pick a winner when the circumstance is completely new for everyone involved? The top 3 in the championship currently are Julio Campos, Ricardo Zonta and Felipe Massa, but that is a very fluid situation. I guess there is an advantage to the more experienced drivers in the field, but that doesn't narrow it down. There is a lot of very experienced drivers in this field. Let's go for a race 1 win for Rubens Barrichello. and a race 2 for Rafael Suzuki, who was leading the championship at one point and therefore is good enough to be a race winner at the Belo Horizonte street circuit. You can't miss this weekend's racing in Brazil. I have a feeling it's going to be mega. TCR UK returns to our screens after a month-long break. After Adam Shepherd's massive disappointment at Croft, he has to come out swinging, so I'm going to put him down for 2 wins to keep the title race open and interesting for us fans. I don't know about the other win. Let's go for young debutant Owen Hillman in a Lincoln Co, just turning up and causing a massive shock. Carl Boardley will still lead the championship and probably get on the podium in all 3 races. At least 17 cars have been entered for this weekend's race, so it's a much larger field in TCR UK than normal, and that's a good sign for the championship going forward. For the sake of 2024, we need a title fight, so Adam Shepherd and Callum Newsham need to outscore Carl Boardley. That's the big takeaway for the weekend. Finally, we head to the Dirt and World Rallycross from Belgium. Still impossible to bet against Johan Kristoffersen. He'll take both wins, but Clara Anderson will take another podium, and the Hansen brothers will have another tough weekend. So, they are my predictions for the forthcoming weekend. Let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. I'm glad we are heading back to the busy motorsporting weekends that we have been missing over the last couple of weeks. Next weekend, Formula 1 is back on our screens already, so make sure you subscribe so you see my predictions next weekend and my weekly roundup where we will discuss all the happenings from this weekend. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.